Welcome to Fish on Fridays. It's Friday, we're at the Fish in downtown Newport, and we're going to be talking to some people about things that are important to them. So the Fish is located in front of the Hebert building. Oh, I got a tree here. That's the Hebert building. Hi, this is Terry. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Diane.
Hi. What kind of a sign do you have today?
Well, we are the 99%, and I believe that people are realizing that now.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You gotta do something about these bugs around me.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Bye.
People are waking up and realizing that we've been getting the shaft all these years. It's time.
Thanks, Terry.
You're welcome.
Here's a sign that says love.
Love, peace.
Love, peace.
Yeah. I guess that my topic, I have a lot of different topics, but my topic for today, which is the root of a lot of things, is the war. War brings out the misery of all of us. This recent particular topic with this Bergdahl,
Bo, I think his name's Bo, yeah. American soldier.
People are taking so many different slants on it, but the real problem is war. And some people, just like with that guy that did with the leaks, what was his name?
Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden. They're saying traitor or hero. Well, they're saying the same thing for Bergdahl. Traitor or hero? Is he standing up for his conscience and declaring that some of his statements at war is devastating?
Yeah, I understand that he was held captive for 5 years. His health was not good, and there was a decision made to try to bring him back because he's an American, and the situation was bad for him there, and there's no reason to leave an American soldier suffering and deal with other issues later. I'm sure the people in his family and the people in his town were very much wanted to have him come home. He has family, he has people that love him, and I think
Risk of being a traitor. There's people in Guantanamo for 12 and 15 years at a time that are, some of them are illegally being held there. So-called, they don't even call them POWs, they call them battered, something combatant.
enemy combatants, I think. Yeah, they have been held without benefit of trial for, I don't know, more than 10 years now. I think that's pretty bad for them, and people that are at home waiting for them too. So it's all around bad for everybody.
Yeah,
There's no winners.
in this day and age, war is not an option. It's just not an option anymore. It's just ridiculous. It's been going on, and it's been perpetrated by the elite bankers that format this stuff for graft and for corruption.
There's another good message.
Now, how we stop it, I'm not sure, but you know, it just takes a few people.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
Diane, can you explain your sign to us?
Okay, I hope it's not upside down. No, it's not. That's
No.
good. This says Grocery Manufacturers Association want to sue the state of Vermont. They don't like a law that we passed. Grocery Manufacturers Association includes hundreds of big corporations who don't like the idea that the state of Vermont, because many citizens have requested it, would like to have labeling which shows whether the food product that they're selling contains GMOs. These are genetically modified organisms. One of the reasons that they're interested in...
Not too hectic, not too hard to get in. Certain colleges, places like UVM and stuff like that, they're requiring maddening amount of qualifications just to get a subpar education. But overall, local state colleges like St. Johnson and stuff like that are really not so bad to get in.
What's your field of study there at Johnson?
I'm currently in for drama and theater.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good program. I've seen some of their productions over there. They do a great job.
Yeah, and it's kind of a shame our president's trying to cut back on, well, all fields, trying to start up a sports, trying to make it a really sports college. I don't know how well that's going to work out for him, but
The arts are important too. How do you feel about people having to take out loans to get their college education?
well, I have to, and well, it's kind of a necessary evil it's become nowadays. I really wish it wasn't at that point, but it happened.
So you're pretty happy about your education you're getting at Johnson?
Oh yeah, very
State
much.
college is pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. I apologize. I have a meeting I have to go to, and these
Okay,
flies
great.
are
Thanks. Good
crazy.
talking with you. Thank you.
Yep.
Recording.
Oh, are we on?
Yes.
Hi guys out there. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube, so I probably get a little crazy about it. But when you think about the money system and how trading is going on by the micro milliseconds, nobody even knows who owns what anymore. It's sold every thousandth of a second. It's going to somebody else. So they cannot keep count of it. There's one agency, the DTCC, that's supposed to be recording all this stuff, and that's impossible to do. But there's another agency called CEDE, Seed and Company, and from what I've said on the internet was they basically have ownership of everything, just about. We don't have ownership. We're the beneficiary of the trust, but they are the owners. And if they want to
Look
call
into
it
that.
in, they can call it in at any time. So look up CEDE and Company, and it's just astonishing. If that's true, then that would be the ultimate elite, I guess, because they own the mortgages, the pension funds, and every other stock that's out there. Because to trade stocks, you have to have a fictitious name. If I can't call my broker, I used to be able to call my broker and put it in his name so he'd have the power of attorney, but we can't do that anymore. So they have to put it in the name of another company so that they can have the authority to trade it back and forth. And the name of that company is Seed and Company. And they hold a lot of almost everything we own.
Well, I hadn't heard about that, but I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, check it out.
It's good we have the internet because it makes it possible for us to. I mean, we can't always believe everything we
No,
see on the
of course
internet,
not.
but we have the internet to check on it too, so we can
Yes.
always do research and look into it
Well, that's what
and
I did.
get the information.
It was quoted by a few different presses in Germany and other places, and so then I went on the internet, and you can kind of verify it to some
Yeah,
degree.
you do have to check into sources.
There's so much today that nobody knows what's real anymore.
I like your sign too. I'm gonna get back to this because basically this would go a long ways to solving our problems.
Yeah, and I don't know about stopping greed, but we need to start giving. I guess that would stop greed some. We have to do the opposite of what is, because we're in the matrix these days, and we have a lot of doublespeak and a lot of 1984 slogans going around. So go with your own conscience and be smart about it.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
So we're going to head over to the Cornucopia site. That's a place where they're providing low-cost meals for people and also experience for folks who are cooking those meals. I'm going to check out and see what's going on there. I've heard it's a really good program and they have great food. We're trying to find the handicapped access. Is this it?
No.
No?
Is that an entrance?
Yeah.
Well, here we go, trying to get in the handicapped entrance here. Not real friendly looking. We're still trying to get in the handicapped entrance here. The front entrance has steps, and there's a little buzzer here, but we're not really getting anybody to answer, so Terry's kind of waiting. It's not real cheery here. Terry, would you like to say a few words about strange places you've had to go to get into buildings?
I've been around more backs of buildings and garages and office buildings in Vermont. Oh my gosh.
So you could write a book called
I could write a book about
The Backs of Buildings,
The back door.
from the standpoint of someone who travels in a chair.
Right.
Well, we hope we'll have somebody open this thing up pretty soon.
I've only been here a couple of times, but the program is great because I didn't have the money to purchase lunch today, and I was able to come down here and get a meal, and it was good.
Was it good?
Yes, it was.
What did you have today?
We had meatloaf and potatoes,
Ah, I love
green
meatloaf.
beans and salad.
Harrisburg.
Kind of like a social occasion too. This is very nice.
Yeah, it is. It's very
Yeah.
uplifting, very great coming in here because everyone makes you feel welcome.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, all right.
So this is Lynn, right?
Yes, I'm Lynn Rubley. I am the manager of Cornucopia, our culinary training program for women in transition, and we provide Meals on Wheels for seniors, and we have a weekly community senior meal on site on Fridays at noon.
Now, do you have another thing on maybe like Tuesdays or?
We were doing it on Tuesdays, but because our meal production doubled as of the 1st of July, we had to move it to Friday. In the future, once we get more comfortable with the number of meals we're doing right now, we may add a second day, which would be Tuesday in the fall, perhaps.
Now, how many? First of all, for Meals on Wheels, how many Meals on Wheels meals
So
do you
we're
prepare?
doing over 600 meals a week
Wow.
for Meals on Wheels.
And that's just Orleans County?
We
or?
serve Derby, which includes Derby Line. We serve Newport. We serve Newport Center, Troy, and Westfield. So for our Friday meals, we average about 38 people. The most we've had is 50, and but so it averages between 30 and 50 people.
And do you have to be a senior?
No, absolutely not. Our meals are open to the entire community. So we have a suggested donation for seniors of $3.50, and then for other people who are under 60, it's a suggested donation of $5. And so while we are subsidized by the Area Agency on Aging for the senior meals, anyone is welcome to come to the meal, and we encourage everybody.
And what kinds of entrees do you? What's a very popular one, or what do people seem to like?
Oh, well, okay. Take care. Have a good week. Well, today we had meatloaf and mashed potatoes, and of course everyone likes that. It's kind of comfort food meal. Our pork loin has been very popular. Roast beef, our lasagna has been a popular meal, and there's my buddy. And Michelle, let's see. People really like our desserts. I've had some patrons say that they really just come for the dessert, as is true in many places. But right, we try to serve a real variety of things each month for our monthly meal. So typically a pasta dish, typically a pork, a poultry, and a beef or fish.
And as far as the people who are receiving training, they're receiving training in what kinds of occupations?
Well, so basically in the culinary and hospitality arts. So they are getting trained by a chef who has, our chef right now has worked in very high-end restaurants, from Spago's to having his own restaurant in Connecticut. So we're training them to be able to go into a kitchen, whether it's a cafeteria kitchen, whether it's a high-end restaurant, whether it's a cafe, that they will have the culinary skills they need to do whatever is required from them. They get their Serve Safe certification, so they will have that under their belt when they leave. We do a fairly high volume of production, so they get comfortable with all that entails in that, from packaging the food to preparing, to packaging, preparing and actually designing what is cooked as well. So they're also learning about menu planning and nutrition. Those are two things that we really focus on because we are feeding seniors, and also, for them, we want them to become aware of nutrition and fresh food. So we also partner with a number of local fresh food providers, including Green Mountain Farm to School. So that's one of our missions as well in serving meals to seniors, that they're getting nutritious and fresh, locally grown products as part of their meals.
So I'm going to ask a hard question here. When people finish your program of training, what are their prospects for getting a job and for getting a job that'll help them support children if they have children?
Well, I mean, that's clearly our goal. I think things in the area are still growing. Part of the reason this program was based here in Newport was because there was a need for trained, qualified people in the food service industry, because a lot of the local restaurants from JP to the east side to other smaller places said they just weren't finding people that had the skills they needed. And some of it was just, it goes from everything from basic etiquette to sanitation, to a sense of confidence and responsibility on the job. So I feel like their ability to go out there and get a job from our program in terms of the training that they've received is good. As I say, we're still looking at things growing here in the hospitality industry. So I think that remains to be seen for all of us in terms of how many more jobs there are out there. We have connections with JP regarding helping to fill their employment needs, and we've made connections with other local area establishments as well.
Do you have any idea what the starting wage is for folks starting in working in a kitchen? Coming right out of training.
I believe it's minimum wage, as far as I know.
In the state of Vermont, I think that's now
it's
$8.77. I know. I have a daughter in college who works a minimum wage job, so I know.
Right.
And although I think they're going to try to be raising that somewhat over the next
that's the
few
plan.
years.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, Lynn. We have a little center, an art gallery over across from the Family Dollar.
I've been there. I actually met you there.
And
it's probably been a year. It was right after you opened, I think, that I went in.
And we have people come in that say, I just went over to Cornucopia for lunch, and that food was so good.
Well, we hope that we provide
people like your food.
Excellent lunch for a very reasonable price, and that's why we do encourage people to come over and
what they're doing. Let me go check.
by having lunch here at Cornucopia, you are helping to sustain this program, because what you donate for a meal, goes first to paying the food costs, but then it goes directly into the expenses of training the women that are in our program.
We do find people running out of money for food pretty much, definitely by the end of the month, but pretty much in the middle of the month sometimes. I don't know. I think the math doesn't work out sometimes, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
For all you're doing in this program too. Thanks. So this is Amanda, and she is volunteering here today at Cornucopia, but you were a previous trainee in the program?
Yes, I graduated last month from session 2 of Cornucopia, and after I graduated, I got a job working at the Barton Senior Center cooking for them. I'm also going to be at the farmer's market. Cornucopia is allowing me to use their kitchen, and I'm going to be making a lot of the things that I learned here in the kitchen for my farmer's market table, which is really exciting for me because it's one of the things that I've always wanted to do. It's like a dream come true.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad you have that opportunity.
Yes, it's really nice. They support you from the moment you apply till the moment you graduate, and then after, which is really, really nice that you have that support from this group of people.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're back at the 99 now. This is the 99 Gallery and Center across from the Family Dollar. It's basically, the entrance is on School Street, but we're behind 316 Main Street in downtown Newport. This is Jackie, and she is over here at the center where she's doing some research on the computer. We do have a computer available, and also we have Wi-Fi for people that have their own laptops. And Jackie is involved in our working group to plan a community day in August. And what would be your hopes for a community day here in Newport?
to have people come to the party that we're gonna have, not just to eat, not for a lot free activity, is to wanna encourage everybody to come and see how we can work together to make Newport a better place to live, and how we can work with legislators making our lives better too, by making some changes.
I think it's basically the people that live here and are the ones who know what the problems are. And probably they know what the solutions are too, but we just don't really spend enough time talking to each other about it. So Jackie, since I've known her, has also been really keen on the idea of a community center in Newport. It's one of the first things she ever mentioned to me when I met her, and I think it would be such a wonderful thing if we could get a community center here. What were some of the things you'd like to see in a community center in Newport?
Well, a variety of things.
Would it be a place where people could come and have a cup of coffee, or have a birthday party, or what kinds of things?
We can have parties. We can have things to educate people.
Classes?
Classes.
Yep, that would be great. And just a place for people to hang out and talk with all kinds of different people from different walks of life.
And have maybe a soup kitchen in there, and once a month food drop.
We just came from Cornucopia, which is doing sort of part of that piece by having a really nice meal preparation and service there over behind Lagos on Main Street. And they're sort of doing a part of that. It would be great if we could just have that, much expanded in a much bigger space, and have all kinds of other activities to make it really a place where a lot of people could come. Well, thanks, Jackie. I'll let you get back to your work on the computer there. Thank you. So we are at the 99 Gallery and Center, where we have daily newspapers, and we have a lending library over here also, and Wi-Fi, and a computer available for people to use if they want to do some work on the internet. And also we have artwork you can look at. So this is our library, and we have titles about mostly we don't have novels, but we do have self-help books and books about the world, like astronomy and stuff. And we have art books, and we have books about society, and we actually need a bigger bookcase because we're sort of outgrowing our donated books here. So we would appreciate donations of books, and if anybody has a bigger bookcase, that would be great too. This is Fish on Fridays, where we ask people's opinion on just about anything they want to talk about. We're out at the Fish in front of the Hebert Building in Newport at noon. Today we kind of walked around a little bit to talk to people too. It's a nice day out there, lots of people out on the street.